Hi guys, Marika here with the real-time coloring part on my ghost video. There will be a little eye in the upper corner where you can go if you want to go to the proper card video of this. This is just going to be the coloring and it's going to be in real time. I kind of like these real-time videos. The only thing is the voiceover takes a long time. But this time the coloring is actually pretty quick, so that is nice. So for this ghost, I first want to say I want to do a big shout out to Jennifer Dove. She is an amazing colorist, and today I am actually using one of her ghost color schemes for this ghost. So if you haven't been and watched Jennifer Dove's blog, I put the link in the description down below so you can go and check her out. She's an awesome colorist, and yeah, she's one of the ones I learned a lot from, so I really implore you to go there. So into the coloring, I'm starting off with the eyes. I'm making these yellow glowing eyes. I'm going to use the same yellows in the flashlight. A few things, I'm using the B63 as a shadows for the eye whites, and then I'm using a Copic multi-liner for the black dots. This both because I had it just lying around, but also if I want to go over the eyes again, I don't have to worry about smudging the blacks in the eyes, which I would if I would use a multi-liner that wasn't Copic safe, or if I were using the black Copic, because then if you accidentally touch it you will smudge it because you can blend the colors. Yeah, for the ghost itself, I'm gonna go for these blue greens and violets, which I just love this color scheme, and I think the videos or the blog post that Jennifer Dove has is from somewhere 2013, I think, like September 2013, when she made this really cool ghost image. So I picked up the color scheme from there because I thought I really like them. So I'm starting off with the blue green, the lightest blue green, which is quadruple 0, to kind of map out where I want all my shadows to be. As I said before, when I'm coloring, if I'm not 100% certain where I want my shadows, I can go in with the lightest color to kind of map it out, to kind of figure out where I want everything to be. Then I'm going in with my next to darkest color, and in this ghost it is a blue violet 20, because if you look at shadows, this is a very nice example of that. If you look at shadows, especially if you go when it's night, it's easier to see this when it's nighttime. So if you turn off your lamps when it's evening, not that it's completely black outside, but kind of dark, you will see that where you have the darkest colors, they will go much more to the blue, and the darker it gets outside, the less bright colors there is, and the more towards the blue spectrum all the colors will become. And that is how shadows work. So if you look at a shadow on your hand or anything, even in daytime, you will see it will be a muted version of your color, but usually it has a little tint of blues or violets. So if you want to make realistic shadows, using a violet tone works awesomely, and this is why I'm using the EO4 when I make skin, because it has this red violet tint in it to kind of make that shadow look more like a shadow. So not only when you're thinking about shadows, you can make it simple. If you make it simple, you just work in your color family and you just shadow with a darker color. But when it comes to this ghost, if I would go for the blues that would kind of come with this, you would get a blue ghost, and I want this kind of airy ghost, and that is a mixtures of blues and greens and purples to kind of make that feeling, and that is why I'm using the choice of colors that I'm using. For the to tone down the blue violet, I have a blue green 10, and that is actually lighter than the B00 that I'm using here as the next color, but I'm going to go back with both the blue violet and the blue green on top of this, so that the blue here kind of covers some of the shadows. Doesn't really matter, but it's part of building up the colors. Copics are a little bit it isn't opaque, they are a little bit transparent, and that means that you can layer the kind of color in them on top of each other and build up new colors. But you can also use them to kind of get cool effects, like in this color scheme of the ghost. So now I'm using the blue green 000. This is going to be my next to lightest color, and I'm choosing my places where the kind of shadowing would be more intense to just elongate the blue greens a lot, and then I'm just leaving a little bit of white on the ghost for where my blue green 000 is going to go. I think I even leave a little bit of white here and there on the ghost as the kind of brightest highlight, and this is because I'm using so light colors that it doesn't look like it's not finished color, it just looks like it's part of the highlights. So that is the kind of coloring of my little ghost. Actually, as I see now, I'm actually coloring over most of the white when I'm going over again, but that also means that I have several layers of the BG 000, so it kind of gives me as another part of the dimension. And then I'm going in with the blue violet again, now just adding it where the darkest part is. I really love the Somewhat Girl images because it's very easy to kind of find where you want to put the shadows. You can add more shadows if you want to, but just staying with these with the markings that are already on the stamp, you get a really good dimensional character. So I really love just working with that. And to tone down the purple, I'm actually going to go in with the BG10 on top of the blue violet here in a little moment, and that will kind of give the last part of the eerie, giving that little green tint in the shadows, make the ghost look a little bit eerie, a little bit more like a ghost. I really love coloring this image. It was therapy. I had a long day yesterday, so it was therapy, just sitting and coloring and layering the colors. I rarely have time to just color. I have all of the cards and then I have all of the other things that I'm supposed to do, so it's really nice to get back into my coloring. For the booties and also the fleshlight, I'm going to use some toner grays. I'm using T4, T2 and T0. The reason for choosing those grays were actually that in the image that Jennifer Dove had colored, she actually used the toner grays in the background, and I really liked how they worked together with the blue grays, so I kind of chose them for that reason, even though I'm not using them at all in the same way that she did. Also, I wanted the shoes and the flashlight not to be very, very stark, so I didn't make them dark. If I made them dark, they would steal away a little bit of the kind of eye from the ghost itself, and I wanted to have as much, you see the ghost as much as possible and not hide it behind the shoes and the flashlight. For the mask, it's kind of a bony mask, so I'm choosing to make it with some E40s, and I'm actually making a very simple coloring. If you go into the Some Odd Girl page and you can go to the Digi, it is actually, you have a colored version of it there, and then you have much more dimension in the kind of mask than I do, but I wanted it to again have just a little bit of dimension, because I wanted the whole ghost to kind of be on the same layer of brightness, sort of. So all of the colors of the ghost, including the flashlight, is very light colors. And then when it comes to the little baggy, the pumpkin treat bag of some sort, I kind of went overboard with the starkness, so that is what is kind of popping of this image. But I don't know, I kind of like these. I like that a whole bunch of all of these Halloween figures go around with their like little treat bags. You don't really celebrate Halloween in Sweden, and I'm just completely in love with Halloween, so I'm hoping that one day I will be able to go visit someone that lives in the States during Halloween and be a part of the like Halloween celebrations that we don't really get here, even though we do have a lot of Halloween stuff in the stores. We don't celebrate, we don't have the trick or treat like they do have in the States. So yeah, I like Halloween. I love making Halloween cards, really do. But yeah, that was the image. I hope you liked my coloring video. If you do, please thumbs it up. If you have any questions, just comment down below. Down below you find all the details of the cards and all the links and stuff. Here are links to 2 other real-time videos with some Odd Girl images. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!